Good morning, my friends. This is Proof Weight Loss Surgery Works, and I'm your Sunday blogger, Rosemary. Welcome. Hugs, my friends. I hope everyone had a wonderful Valentine's Day. I know I did. I am just the luckiest lady in the world. I'm sure many of you are too. I was just overwhelmed with Blue Eye's ideas yesterday. He just kept them coming, and I'm very lucky. Very blessed. So the question today is, how did you learn to like yourself along the weight loss journey, even when you did not like what you saw in the mirror? How do you calm those self-critical voices in your head that say you still look fat? This is never going to end. You will always be big. At what point did your head catch up with your body? The first question is, how did I learn to like myself, to like the journey of weight loss? I was thrilled. I really was. You know, for the first time, I was finally losing weight. For the first time, it was going to take some effort because I am a slow loser. But I worked at it because I knew that this time I had a tool that was workable. I just had to work it. I didn't know how long it was going to take me, and it did take me 3 years, by the way, to lose 300 pounds. I lost about 100 pounds every year until I got down. I think the lowest I've really ever stayed at for a long time is the 170, 180 range. Now, I have gotten down to, for a little while, in the 40s, but it wasn't for very long. And that was the high 40s. So, even when I did not like what I saw in the mirror, well, this is what I learned through my journey, I'm going to tell you. I learned that all that self-hate was doing was breaking me. Every time I loathed myself in the mirror and disliked every little thing about me. Now, there's still things you're never going to be happy with, but you know that you can do your best to improve it. But you've got to learn to love it. You've got to learn to embrace it. That's what I've said in many of my videos. And I had to learn to speak it so that I could believe it. That was number one. When I looked in the mirror, I had to learn. I even told Wendy this, many years ago. Learn to say nice things to yourself. Learn to love what you don't like. Embrace it. Because, honey, sooner or later, it's going to be the way you want it. And if you didn't get it the way you want it, at least you learned to love it. At least you learned to embrace it. The one time, I remember, I actually did it on video. I got brave enough to not wear a jacket. Now, it's been cold or it's been nice here, but it's still kind of cool. I still wear jackets. But in the summertime, when it's hot, there is not a jacket on my body, hardly ever, unless I'm in a cold building. I embraced the arms that I used to tear down instead of embracing the arms that gave me strength, that gave me the will to lift things up. See what I'm saying? So many of us, all we've done is just tear and tear and tear until there's nothing there. I got tired of that. I had to turn it around in my head and begin to love what I saw. Embrace it little by little until I loved it with all my heart. How do you calm those self-critical voices in your head that say you still look fat? That is never going to end. You will always be big. Rosemary, you're always going to be big. Why? Because you got big hips. Why? Because of this. Because, it's in your genes. Your mama was big, and your grandma was big, and her mama and her grandma had big hips, You're a twin. So we come from a large family that have that have big hips, even the skinny women. I think I've told you that before. We have big rears and big hips. It's how much I have embraced it that has taken me far. I still work on me every day because I want to continue this healthy body. I'm not sure if everyone saw the video before this, but I put it up introducing, again, Green Light Today so you guys could go and see those wonderful women that speak on Green Light Today. But, you know, I just spoke to this lady, and we happened to be in the steam room together, and she saw me working out, and she's like, "You work hard." And I said, "Thank you." And she's just an elderly lady. I'm thinking she's like, I want to say she's in her late 80s. She has to be in her late 80s. And she just said, you know, I'm big too. Because she had a little tummy. A little tummy, okay? But she's out there, boy. She can just tell you. She can just read your mind. She knows what you're thinking, right? She knew I was thinking all kinds of stuff. She says, I'm big too. She goes, I work hard every day. I don't worry about the scale. I don't worry about everything I put in my mouth. I just want to be happy and stay healthy. So I come and exercise, and that makes me happy. And, you know, as I sat there and I let her talk and I just listened, I could hear life in her voice. I could hear that she had already been where I was. She learned how to embrace her body. She learned how to love her body. She learned how to take care of that body. And she's still doing it. So it really made a huge impact on me this week. And also, having a negative body image is not only bad for your health, it's also incredibly consuming and a waste of time. How many times have I said that? How we waste time critiquing us all the time, you know, critiquing every little thing. The media is always showing all these, you know, flawless people. Well, honey, there's no such thing. You know what they do? They take the picture and they change it up and they make you have no wrinkles and they make you have no flabs and all kinds of goodies. Give your body also much love. Much love. Focus on your positive qualities. You know, I have had to learn to focus on the positive, because I done did too much damage with the negative. It doesn't get you anywhere. It really doesn't. It just makes you sink into that sand quicker. I've said this many times in many videos, you know, we tend to always compare ourselves. The first person I would look at is people that had my body type, you know, and when I saw them shrinking in the legs, I'm thinking, whoa, something's wrong. I have had to have done something wrong to me. Why did her legs get thin and mine didn't? I did something wrong. Oh no. I compared. Instead of saying, well, you're not there yet, and maybe you'll never get there, but learn to love you for who you are. You know? Learn to love them hips. Because, you know, what happens if you don't get them hips thin enough? Then what happens? You're stuck with them, and you're going to have hate in your heart for them? No. Those hips take me many places. They keep this body walking, moving. I should love for what they do for me. Recognize the similarities of body shape you have with your parents and your grandparents and your aunts and your uncles. You know, I was saying that earlier. Remember that you came from those genes. You know, that's what I tell people. Yeah, those genes actually fit me. Find your own style. Find your own style. Because I have larger hips, I wear I don't know if I can show you what I'm wearing today. I guess I could put a picture at the end. But I guess I could stand up. Let's see. I wear, you know, skirts that flare out, short shirts, you know, little jackets, things that make that, how can I say this, helps me feel good about me. So that's my style, and a lot of you know that. I cinch my waist because that is a good quality of mine. I have a small waist. Avoid critiquing your body. Avoid it as much as possible. I know that I'm not the greatest example for this because when we're in meet and greets, the first thing you know, sometimes it pops out of my head was like, oh my, yeah, but look at my hips. You know, everybody will say, oh, Rosemary, but you've got such a tiny waist. And I'll say, you know, you always have to critique yourself, right? You have to come back with a, yeah, but I'm struggling to lose that weight, or I'm struggling to get down further, right? Doesn't do us any good, does it? It doesn't. Are we constantly critiquing our friends when they ask us, you know? I'm always praising as much as I can. I love when I see how many people are doing those 5Ks and 10Ks, and I get out there and I can do it too in the water or whatever. You know, it just gives me energy. It gives me so much hope, you know, for my own body. And yet, we can critique ourselves and yet show love for others. What's wrong with that picture? What's wrong with that picture? Something's wrong with that picture. And remember to keep putting good food in your body, guys. I went to a restaurant and I tried to pick the best, you know, that my husband took me to. Try to, you know, right now especially because I have the nutritionist that's going to check everything that I eat. Try to, you know, pick the best things from my body. It makes a difference. You just feel healthier. And you know that you've done something good for you. I'm looking at the time. It's already 12 minutes. So, I don't know. It's all this. I hope this video makes sense. But what can I do now? What can you do now? You know? Remember that the only way you're going to find confidence in yourself is to start embracing yourself. Start loving yourself. And here's a quote for you. Everybody has a part of her body that she doesn't like, but you know what? I've stopped complaining about mine because I don't want to critique nature's handiwork. My job is simply to allow the light to shine out of the masterpiece. And that was by Alfred Woodward. Love your body now. How is hating it working for you? Really? Was it working for me? No, not really. And every time I did say something about it, people would always say, oh, you're wrong, Rosemary. You are so wrong. And dear body, I'm going to end with this. This is a simple little phrase that you could tell yourself. Dear body, I love you. I accept you. I see you. I promise to cherish you all the days of my life. I love you guys. Go out and be the best you that you will ever know how to be. And when you look in that mirror, learn to love what you see. I'll see you when I see you. Bye.